My name's Matt, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about the Harbinger LV12. The reason I'm making this video is because I was in the market for a new mixer, and one of them I was considering was the Harbinger LV12, and before I bought it I wanted to check out a couple reviews. I didn't find much on YouTube, so I'm making this video. What I did find was 3 videos. 2 of them were by 2 different people and claimed to offer a review of this mixer, and turns out what they really did was offer an overview of the mixer, both of them. And the 3rd video that I saw was unboxing of this mixer, but again, the guy didn't test it out. He didn't give his opinion on it at all. So really, I couldn't find any videos that offered a review of this thing, and that's what I'm going to be doing right now. But for this video, what I'm basically going to be doing is comparing the Behringer UB802 with this Harbinger LV12. First, before I get into that, let me show you what my setup is, so that way you'll have an idea. Unfortunately, I don't have a professional setup where you can hear this. I'm using an iPhone 12. You're going to be able to hear it, but what I'm saying is that it's, unlikely to pick up ambient noise. It's not plugged directly into my recording, so I'm a little bit limited, but you're going to be able to hear it. But let me show you what the equipment is that I'm using, so you can have an idea of the kind of processing I'm doing, because it will affect how this thing sounds. Here's a little here's a little stand that I built. I've got a line 6 pod down here. That's a guitar processor. For the vocals, I use the Boss VE20 vocal performer. I'm using the Alesis nano compressor. I use 1 for the vocals, 1 for the guitar. I've got the microphone input. This comes from the compressor. I've got the guitar input. It comes from the compressor as well. My MP3 player is here, the left channel, the right channel. What I'm using for my microphone is I've got a cordless microphone, and with my guitar, I've got a cordless. Both of these are Shure, made by Shure, so they're, it's pretty good equipment. Over here, for my output, I consider this a multi-purpose amp, and that's what it is. It's general purpose amp. Anyway, I'm using this for my left channel, which includes the MP3 player, left channel. Most of my guitar comes out of this. Everything from the mixer comes into the aux input. I've got this set up to where it's flat. I've got it as flat as possible. I'm not using any effects through that. I use my other equipment to provide that, so I can control the guitar and the microphone and the MP3 player independently. I found that I need a good bass sound, and so what I'm using is the Behringer Ultra Bass. I like this bass head, and this is a Hartke. What is that? 2 10-inch speakers. It's a Hartke bass cab, and so I get what I consider to be excellent bass out of this. This sounds okay. So with that being said, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stuff going, my guitar and my microphone and my backing tracks, and I'm going to play a little bit of a song for you, and then I'm going to swap out and put the Harbinger in place of this and see what it sounds like. Now, I'm looking for sound that's reasonably close to this. I mean, I don't want to go backwards in the quality of the sound. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to set everything as flat as possible. So my EQ is going to be flat. Of course, my balance, I'll set it appropriately. I'm going to play the MP3 player first with a regular song, and so I'm going to set the balance on my MP3 player. I'm going to set it to neutral, if you will, to the midpoint. When I go to play the guitar and sing, I'm going to turn my bass all the way to the right channel, and everything else goes to the left channel. So, give you a quick look at the Harbinger. Here's the Harbinger. I mentioned there's 2 videos that offer a review of this Harbinger, so I don't want to go into it. It's a pretty cool mixer. It's got some neat options to it. If you're interested in a review of the mixer itself, I plan to put a link at underneath this video, so you can go check out that video. I really don't want to duplicate that. What I'm really trying to do here is to give you a review of what I think of the Harbinger mixer and how well it'll suit my purpose. So let me get things set up and I'll let you hear it. Okay, so this is going to be with just the MP3 player. Got the MP3 player. My MP3 player has Bluetooth. This mixer doesn't. I've got a Bluetooth receiver over here, and again, my MP3 comes in here. So that's how that works. What's kind of cool, by the way, is the Harbinger LV12 has a Bluetooth receiver built into it. So here we go. This is just the MP3 player. All right, let's see how this sounds.
Oh, what's that I see walking in these woods? Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Listen to me, Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think little big girls should go walking in these spooky old woods.
Okay, that's enough of that. So what I'm going to do now is play a song with my backing tracks, and I'm going to do Peaceful, Easy Feeling. Of course, that's an Eagle song. Let me get it set up here. All right, here we go. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown. I won't sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a million stars all around. Okay, there we go. You see my microphone's a little hot, getting a little bit of feedback, just pushing the limit on that. But let me go ahead and hook up the Harbinger, and hopefully I'll do the exact same things, and we'll see how it sounds. I've still got the microphone on, by the way, so you can hear that. And let me just play the guitar, by the way. I guess I could do that. love me down. 'Cause I'm already... Okay, there we go. And I don't know if you can tell, but I got a little bit, maybe too much reverb on the guitar. But that doesn't matter because the Harbinger, I'm going to put it in, set everything neutral, and do the exact same test. So we're comparing apples to apples. By the way, the Harbinger does have built-in effects. Okay, I've got the Harbinger in place now, and I'm going to start by playing just an MP3 song. Again, I've got everything set neutral. Oh, also I want to point out that right now I'm using the control room out. Shouldn't make a difference, but I'm using the control room out because the outputs on this mixer for the mains are XLR outputs. I've got me a couple XLR to stereo 1/4 TRS 1/4 inch cables ordered. I don't have them yet. I could use some adapters, run XLR cables and adapt them to 1/4 inch, but I figure the control room outputs just as well, so that's what I'm doing. All right, here we go.
Oh, what's that I see walking in these woods? Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood, you sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Listen to me, Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think little big girls should go walking in these spooky old woods alone. Oh, what big eyes you...
Okay, something else I want to point out about this mixer is that even for the stereo inputs, the 1/4 inch inputs, it has gain controls. Even for that, my Behringer does not have that. Another thing too I want to point out is this mixer has a monitor output, which most of these small mixers don't have that. What a monitor input, output does for you, in case you don't know, it allows you to make a special mix for a particular artist. So, well, let's say like me, and I don't use a monitor, but let's say like me, I could set up a special mix so that I could hear what I need to hear. In other words, I was telling you how I have to have the bass turned a little louder. If I was using a monitor, I could have that bass signal coming through the monitor, turn it up through the monitor, and have a more neutral sound going out to the audience. So now what I'm going to do is I'll do the same song, Peaceful Easy Feeling. Again, comparing apples to apples. I don't have the microphone and the guitar set up yet, so I'll do that real time. I'm going to turn my bass all the way to the right. That'll work. Got my left channel all the way to the right. Turn the gain up a little bit on these. And normally I would go through the process of setting the gain up properly. I'm not going to do that here for the sake of time. I am clipping. Check 1 2, check, 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 check. Okay, that looks good. Check 1 2, check, check, check 1 2, check. Okay. Let's check the guitar. I like the way your sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown. I wanna sleep with you in the desert tonight. Okay. I spent a little bit more time on that song on this mixer because I've been practicing and using that mixer, and so I got a better feel for that mixer. This is the very first time that I've used this mixer, so that's what's going on there. Check 1, 2, check. I cannot get over how much headroom this mixer has. Not sure if that's good or bad. All right. I like the way the sparkling earrings play against your skin so brown. There you go. There's a real demonstration of this mixer. Now, as far as my opinion of it, for my purposes, I'm going to have to play with it a little bit more because, like I said, oh, I see. It's got a pad on it, so I can go minus 26. I don't think I have that turned on. It also has a high pass filter on it. I don't have that enabled. So for me, it seems to be a pretty well built mixer. But this mixer has a lot of features that other mixers that are roughly the same they don't have. The other ones that I looked at, there's some that are really cheap. I'm not interested in that. I was hoping the Mackie would perform. I'm disappointed in it. I read some other reviews on it. It's highly reviewed, the Mackie is, but I read some of the more of the negative reviews after I got mine, and it did not work out of the box. I cranked that thing up, and I was getting hardly any sound out of it. There was another problem with it. I don't remember what it was. But I read some of the reviews, and there was a particular review from several people that bothered me, and they talked about that Mackie overheating. So let me hit that pad, turn the gain up on this. Check 1, 2. Oh, that's much better. Anyway, it seems to be well built. One of the things that this has that the Behringer doesn't have and other small mixers don't have is an on-off switch. That's not super important to me. I prefer to have my equipment turned off when I plug it into power, but all this equipment is left on, and I've got a switch down here. I use a power strip. I've got a switch down here. I turn it on. Everything comes on. I mean, everything comes on at the same time. That's how I'll be using it, so the on and off switch isn't that big a deal to me. But it's got built-in effects, which is kind of cool. It's got a Bluetooth receiver on it, which is kind of cool. It's got a slider for the mains, because other mixers this size don't have a slider. Comparing the pots, the potentiometers, the knobs here, comparing it to my Behringer, they feel about the same. In fact, they don't feel that much different than what's on this Yamaha 01V96. I would expect that this would have better hardware, but I think I'm going to keep it. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. If there's something else that you want me to test or whatnot, again, leave that down below. I don't make many of these videos, so I'm not sure how that works. If you make a comment, I would hope I get notification through email so I'll know to check it. But there you go. That's my opinion of it at the moment. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to try to work with it and see if I can get it adjusted to where I'm happy with it. So, yeah, I talked about how this was really hot. So in addition to the gain, it has a pad, minus 26. I already mentioned that. Other mixers that are comparable to this don't have that feature. So it's got two. It's got for the main output, it has LEDs like many do, but many mixers this size, they've only got 3 or 4 LEDs. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to show you a little bit better, more precision than other mixers. So anyway, thanks for watching. All right, bye.